Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Bhajagovindam. In the last class, we have completed up to the 26th shloka. We will read once again 26th shloka. Kamam krodham lobham moham त्यक्त्वात्मानं pashyati soham आत्मज्ञानविहीना मूढाः ते पच्यन्ते नरकनिगूढाः भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. In this shloka, we have seen some of the important points in the last class. Little more we will analyze about this shloka. Kamam, how dangerous it is already told in the beginning of the Bhajagovinda itself, but here now in the concluding portion also once again reminded these six enemies which are hidden in everybody's heart. So we have to destroy them, we have to push them out. So here four are mentioned: Kamam, Krodham, Lobham, Moham, and we have to include Madam and the Masaryam. You please give up these enemies which are hiding in your heart, mind. Then, having given up, then let the mind think about only the real self, your real essential nature, not the swabhava, but the swarupa. That means the mind which is free from the this kama krodha, or in another words, we can put it in as a free from the raga dvesha, is alone can see the self, can realize the self, because these impurities or the dirt in the mind are just like a putting a curtain or a dust on the mirror. How the dust won't allow us to see our face clearly in the mirror. So pashyati saha aham, you are that. Okay, you are not jivatma, you are essentially paramatma only. So jiva ishvara bhedam is not there. And if this kind of this is called atma gnanam, knowing that I am the self, I am the pure atma, not the jivatma which is holding on to the ahankara. The free from ahankara free atma is paramatma. Ahankara sahita, then it is called jivatma. So it is only a reflection, not real. And if anybody is not having this knowledge, we may have so many other knowledges about the world around us, which is around us. We may gain so many laurels and the praises hmm, and all that will not help a person to become free from the misery. They cannot make a person free from the samsara of this janana marana cycle. So otherwise, so what happened? You see, atmagnana vihinaha, they are all called fools, ignorant people, moodhaha, and they will be tortured again and again by pushing into the naraka nigudaha. I told that this word we will analyze more this class. Naraka nigudaha means they were again captivated in the different relative existence, whether it is a narakam or whether it is a swargam, all are a relative only. We are captivated. Now we are captivated in this particular body, in this loka of bhuloka. And by doing some punya, you may go to the little higher world. But there also, you are again with another body and you are again captivated. Why? Wherever you go, okay, as long as it is a mortal means impermanent. Swargam is not permanent. Any loka is not permanent, because that loka you got a temporarily because of your karma phala. You have done so much punyam, you will be promoted to the higher worlds. But if you have done more papam, you will be sent to the lower yonis. Naraka means not somewhere the place hell only. There may be places, as Bhagavata explained or Garuda Purana explains, there are so many variety of hell, hells, narakas. So naraka nighudaha, they are again and again captured in the naraka. Here, narakam means not only a particular suffering place. Getting into any body is a naraka. So different kinds of narakas mean different kinds of bodies or different kind of lokas. Being all these lokas are your stay there are only as a temporary. When it is a temporary, impermanent, mortal, then naturally there will be a sense of insecurity. That's why even to the Indra, after gaining lot of punyam and done the 100 Ashwamedha yagams, one person seems to get the Indra Padavi. But what the status and position of the Indra? Always insecure feeling, because if any asuras, rakshasas may again declare the war on us, or if anybody again do the same kind of punya and 100 ashwamedha yagas, that person again come and occupy my place. That means my place is temporary. Anytime I have to ousted from this place, or the time limit, my punya gets exhaust. So no one is not with the 100% punya, or nobody is not with the 100% papa. Even though if you are a 100% punyatma or papatma, but still it is only you exhaust that, that's all. You have to exhaust, and then again you have to come either to this world or that world. Generally they say, if we are all born now in this bhuloka means we have done 50% papam and 50% punyam, like that, no, 50-50 biscuits. So that's why we born in this bhuloka. But this bhuloka is Manusha Janma is more advantageous, because here only you can try for the salvation. If you are in a total Papa Lokas, there you cannot again gain the Punya or the Gnana particularly. You will come back where you can go to the Guru and listen to the Shastra and remove your ignorance by understanding and recognizing that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the intellect, I am not the intellect, but I am the pure self, Shuddha Nitya Buddha Mukta Swarupa Satchidananda Atma Aham Ahamasmi. So like that he has Soham Pashyate. I am that Brahman, whoever sees. This Atma Gnana, if it is not there, as long as this Atma Gnana, the self knowledge is not there, then we are shuttled to the different bodies. You see how many different bodies are there in front of us. 84 lakhs of varieties of uh, not different bodies, different species. And in all of them, the Manusha Janma is considered as the Uttama Janma. Even Deva Janma also not Uttamam. I am not saying simply. Shastra says in Bhagavata, all Devatas are always praising the Manushyas, how what a lucky people they are able to get the Guru and listen to the Shastra, and they are able to liberate themselves and getting the moksha. But what about us? We have just done lot of punya, and we have come to this particular five-star hotel like Swargam and enjoying. So what? So what? But there is a suffering still. If the suffering is not there, suffering is for what? Not for hunger and thirst, not shut pipasa, but they have other kind of suffering because kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsaryas are common everywhere, everywhere. Otherwise, why the so many Purana stories are no the fightings, are they curse, are they giving the varams and all this what? Why? All this comes under the relative existence. So here, this Naraka Nighudaha, one person asking, Swamiji, why there are so many hells, but Swargam is heaven is only one. Hmm? In Bhagavata itself, 28 varieties of Narakams. In fact, not 28. It is every body. How many? I told 84 lakhs of species, 84 lakhs and of narakams only, all that. Because you are bound and captivated in that particular specific upadhi, the body, because of the ignorance, nothing else. Not knowing that who are, then considering this, then that will become fact, then that will affect you as the law of karma, then again it will take you this, there, and that. So, when the person asks that why so many narakams, and uh, because the bad people, adharmic people are more. Here, bad adharmic means we need not to think about only the gundas, rowdies, and the thieves, but many who are all body oriented, many who are all materialistic oriented, they are all called as the Ajnanis and the more bad people. Because adharma they will do. Then naturally the rush will be there more to the Naraka. So entry is more required. The more rush is there, more ticket counters are required. Yes, no? So same way, the master answered, uh, because of this many papatmas are there, there is a lot of rush demand to the Naraka. But going to the Swarga, very few people. This point told by Bhagavan Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. But of course, there is said in a different way. त्रिविधं नरकस्येदं द्वारं नाशनमात्मनः. These are the three entrances told as the Naraka, the entries to the Narakam, by going which the one destroying himself, losing the opportunity of getting the Atmagnana, Nashanam Atmanaha. These three dwarams are the cause for the downfall of the person. Cause of the downfall, Nashanam, destruction. Who did this? He himself choosing this. Choice given. When choice given to exercise, We must be very careful, intelligent to use that choice, exercise that choice. Now elections are going to come. To choose a good person or a dharmic person, choice is given to us. What type of next government should come? The government which can support the dharma, Sanatana dharma and Vaidika dharma, and protect these temples and the culture, respect this land, such kind of people only we require. But if you don't choose it, we are going to be the sufferers. So choice is ours. So same way, it is not compulsory. Intelligence is given to the human being and choice is given to the human being, not other any animal. Other animal cannot do any extra punya or papa in that particular body. It has just go through it, because when that particular jiva is in the human body, whatever the sins committed according to that, these lower janmas and the lower bodies. So all the lower uh, type of existence bodies, starting from the different animals, go up to the small ant. So all these are all considered as the very lower janmas, tucham, nicham otherwise. But going to the little higher, at least there is a chance that by some Rishi's curse or by the grace of the Lord, we may recognize and realize that, okay, my duty is not just indulging with the senses and the sensual pleasures in this world, but realizing I am the Adhisthana or the source support of this entire universe. That is the great, glorious knowledge. That is my glory. Now, if you don't recognize what I am saying here, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan mentions three. Trividam narakasya idam dwaram, which cause the destruction, downfall of the one, a person. What are the three? Kama, krodhastatha, lobha. In the Bhajagovindam Sloka, we are discussing about the four things. In fact, there are six, I said, Arishad Vargams. That is synthesized and some in a short form kept four things in the sloka. But in Gita, Bhagavan says in that particular place, Trividham, Kama, Krodha, and Lobha. So, first, desire is the culprit. Desire is the cause for all the destruction and the downfall. And the desire, then karma, then naturally because of that, all other offshoots will come. Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madhamasarya. If the desire is fulfilled, you become more greedy about still I want, I want. If the desire is not fulfilled, you will get more anger, a revenge taking attitude, feeling the jealous about it, others. Okay. Or if you gain something because of your desire, you will feel pride and proud, garvam, dambham, ahankar, all this will strengthen. So these three is enough to say. So kama, krodhas tatha lobha. Therefore, a Arjuna, tasmat etat trayam tyajet. Therefore, if these three are the cause for the downfall of me, any person, then better to give it up, give them up, give it up. Tyajet, give it up. Give it for good once for all. When we know that the if I touch the fire, it will burns my hand. I know. Same way, whenever this over desire, desire is not fulfilled, what is happening in the mind? I know. I am disturbed. I am unhappy. I am restless. All these things, and then I will show the anger, and I will become greedy. I will feel jealous, and in this all, you are losing your real, essential, beautiful. nature of the self. Atma is Satchit Ananda Swarupam. But you are here struggling for the Ananda and always trying to get the some sensual pleasure, and you are losing it again. And there is a fear that I may lose this pleasure, and you will have the fear of it. So this is the very clear experience for of everybody. The only thing, we must able to ready to change, ready to give up, and ready to ability to give up. These two things are required. If a person is not ready to give up, I know that fire is going to burn my hand, but I will still catch the fire. Catch it again. It will burn your hand. So in this way, Bhagavan beautifully said, therefore give give up them. Here also, tyaktva means give up on only ardham. And in this downfall, Bhagavan explained in the Gita in another way in different place. He said in the 8 steps downfall. Once the ball falls on the floor, particularly near the steps, after that it will come to first step, second step, fourth, third step, like that. It will the momentum, the speed will increase, and the ball will go more and more and more and fast and completely down. Where he said, Bhagavan, what he said, first attachment, okay, because of the continuous thinking of the Vishayas and the objects of the world, ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषूपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामं कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. See, 8 steps downfall. Where started? Dhyayataha Vishayan Pumsaha. Once if you keep on think about something and get attracted to them, and then the desire of want will come, and then you will work for it, you will struggle for it. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha Sangasteshu Vajayate. The attachment will become so strong and strong. Sangat Sanjayate, then Kamam. How can I fulfill that? How can I get it? How can I work for it? Ena kena prakarane. By whatever means I should get it. I should fulfill my desire. Desire is a disease in the mind. Just like a small, no, the nail or the thorn pricked into my leg, feet, then after if I remove it, everything well and good. But if there is a small particle of that thorn is still there in my body, that place starts swelling, and then slowly it starts giving the pain. It will become so tender, then it will pus will form. Same way, desire is a foreign body in the mind. Desire is a not natural state of the mind. Remember, desire is a foreign body. Whenever the foreign body enters into the system, then the system try to throw it out, struggle for it. In the same way, why we are so much restless to fulfill the desire? Because desire is a foreign body. Okay, let me fulfill, like removing the foreign body. Abba, I removed the desire. But immediately there are hundreds of desires standing in the queue. Then how many desires you will fulfill? They will keep on crop up like that. That's why there is no end for the desire. That's why desire kills you, but need fills you. So never justify the more and more desires. It's natural. desiring for something. But desire means what? Minimum requirements for the food, shelter, and clothing, for the livelihood of the body, the to make the body to live, and that much only. Why you go for more and more craving? And there is a problem. So in this way, Bhagavan very beautiful said, Buddhi nashat pranashyati. Pranashyati means pachyante naraka nighudaha. Then we'll go to the, not only that, when Arjuna asked that, by seeing, by knowing which is good and which is bad, but why the person, people will still go in a wrong way, go in the adharmic path. Again, Bhagavan says there also, because their inner, the mind is possessed of the kama yesha krodha yesha rajo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyeha iha vairinam. These two are the very strong enemies of everybody, kama and krodha. See, generally six, but in the Bhajagovindam Sloka mentioned four. Bhagavad Gita in one place, Bhagavan mentioned three. Now, in another place in the Bhagavad Gita itself, Bhagavan mentioning only two. If you take care of these two, and if you analyze properly these two, whether these two thieves, okay, Bhagavan mentioning in this particular sloka, they are the thieves, they are the enemies, and they never get satisfied how much they get. And you handle these two enemies, kama and krodha. If you conquer them, you are the conqueror of the entire universe. So the real traits of greatness lies in the inner conquest. Inner conquest. What is that? Control the mind, control the senses. That is the only real greatness. So Bhagavan said, Kama yesha, Krodha yesha, Rajoguna samudbhava. Why they are dominant? Because of Rajoguna. How the Rajoguna can be replaced with the Sattva? Be in touch with the Sattvic people. Be in touch with the Sattvic words. Go to satsang and keep listening. And gradually, even though you are a Rajasic type of mentality person, you can change. Okay? Desire for change for good. Desire for change for good. Can't you we think this, being we say, claim that we have the intelligence, we are intellectuals. So very beautifully, this karma is mainly mentioned, described in this all this discussion. Next today, 27th shloka. गेयं गीता नाम सहस्रम् ध्येयं श्रीपतिरूपसहस्रं रूपमजस्रं नेयं सज्जनसङ्गे चित्तं देयं दीनजनाय च वित्तं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. Very nice shloka. Geyam. Here, some important practices again given in this particular shloka. Four fundamental sadhanas. A simple and very direct advice. Okay, sadhanas. One is told Parayanam, a regular reading of the some stotrams, any scriptures, is very good. It's very simple. Many of the religious people will they do this Parayana. Generally, in the local language, whatever they are more familiar, such kind of things everywhere there in every language, written by some great devotees or the Mahatmas or like that, and Parayanam. But here, this particular shloka author says, Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram. His option, he's telling that Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita. Already we have seen about the Bhagavad Gita Kinchita Adhita Ganga Jala Lava Kanika Pita. You remember that sloka? Sakruda Piyena Murari Samarcha Kriyate Tasya Yamena Nacharcha. Same here again, Bhagavad Gita. Geyam. You have to sing Parayanam at least. After that, Shravanam. Once if you do this Bhagavad Gita Parayanam, even though we don't know the meaning, we have not gone anywhere and heard, but one day or other later, you will get the desire to know the meaning of it. So you will get first by doing the Parayanam a Adrushta Phalam. And here he mentions another Nama Sahasram also. Any one Sahasranama of the God. Popularly nowadays or even little olden days also, two Sahasranamas are prescribed and popularly told by the many great masters, particularly in this Kali Yuga, Vishnu Sahasranama and Lalita Sahasranama. Anyone which you like it. So, Parayanam or local language, for example, in Tamil Nadu, there are many Devaram, Tirupugal, Narayaniyam, or Tulasi Ramayanam, or original Valmiki Ramayana, Parayanam. So that will purifies the mind, and gradually in course of time, by God's grace, when your chittam becoming little purer, then the Lord provides you the teacher for Shravanam. So these are all preparations, but it is very good, important. Immediately you will see some kind of protection, you will feel some security feeling, some courage, some boldness, and some kind of peace in the mind when you read these stotrams and parayan. But don't read them mechanically. Somehow you have to finish up quickly in a short time, and you must, even though you don't know the meaning of that Lalita Sahasranam or Vishnu Sahasranam, Bhagavad Gita, just read it with love, with involvement. These are the words told by Lord Sri Krishna from his own mouth for my sake. These Vishnu Sahasranama, thousand names of the Lord Bhagavan Vishnu, is uttered by Bhishmacharya for the sake of the Dharmaraja. But that is going helping the entire world for the so many people. Sahasranama. And while reading that, there also, no, sir, I am a Shiva Bhakta. How can I read the. For Shiva Bhakta, Lalita Sahasranam you can read because Ambal only know Shiva Shakti. Shiva Shakti Kyarupinye Namaha. And by saying that Namaha, Namaha, to that Lord, salutations, to that Lord, salutations, Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishwasmai Namaha, like this. But while reading, okay, Archana, if you have the time, it will take nearly 1 hour, hmm, or 1.5 hour, slowly if you do. Or Parayanam may take 40 minutes to 45 minutes, just reading. But anything you do it very slowly with involvement, without any preoccupation, and keep all your appointments and everything aside and have the appointment with the Lord. So read even few shlokas you read. No, 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 I have kept the niyamam, nishta. I have to read all the shlokas. But what will happen generally? Time won't be there. and your mind is already disturbed because of the some happenings around in and around, and in between if anybody calls and calling bell comes and some work at home or it disturbs. And if you are becoming angry and getting disturbed because of any interruption in between, then you are not a sadhaka, you are not a real devotee. A devotee is he who never gets disturbed. Remember this. A devotee is he who never get disturbed by anything. He always maintains his equanimous equipoise of the mind. Even if you say yoga also, a yogi is he who maintains samatvam yoga uchyate. Bhakti, bhakti also samatvam, where there is any kind of agitations, where there is mm, feeling of the manyness. That is called bhakti. Where there is no vibhajana, vibhakti is called bhakti, devotion. Of course, Gnanam also ekameva dvitiyam mehana nasti kinchana brahma satyam ekam. Here also oneness. So seeing the oneness in spite of the manyness, seeing the unity in spite of diversity, and not even lot of thoughts will come. Mind always will fluctuate. Uncalled thoughts will all will come. It's natural only because already their imprints are there previously, past memory they will come. But still, don't get disturbed because of that. The inner waves or the outer waves. Either the waves of the at the seashore or the waves on the middle of the ocean on the top, but the inner ocean is always very very steady, very very stable, and it will just be as a one solid without any movement. Movement is there, but there is no movement. See how beautiful. So in this way, you have to read very slowly. For example, you are taking the Vishnu Sahasranama, read 10 slokas, but every word when you are uttering, feel the Lord's presence, the living Lord, not the just a statue or a figure, a lively Chaitanya Vigraham of the Lord in the center of your heart. Even if you open the eyes, whatever you see at home, your Ishta Devata also, you can imagine in that or in the heart. Om Vishwam Vishnurvashatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu Bhutakrut Bhutabrudbhavo Bhutatma Bhuta Bhavanah. Then you will may ask the question, sir, if we read like this, it will go up to the evening. If you have enough time, it may take more hours, but read little otherwise. What is the use just simply looking here and there and in between intercepting thoughts and so many Om Vishnu Shetkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. There is some benefit about that also, but still more deeper benefits you want to get, you must totally absorb physically, mentally, and physiologically, and that feeling. Even 10 slokas, if you read also, by the completion of that, you must feel that your body is lighter, your breathing is very shallow and smooth and relaxed, and you are very calm and quiet, composed person with the inner joy. With a inner joy. So here, that sadhana of the Parayanam. And once if you are then slowly you are getting the interest and involving in the listening of the meaning of Vishnu Sahasranamam. I spoken in Tamil, of course, every word explained. At least for few words, if you know the meaning and read, it is well and good. Like yesterday, I explained in Tamil only again the Guru Padaka Stotra meaning. Knowing the meaning and reading is very, very joyful and useful. So, Geyam, Gita, Nama Sahasram. So, or any other Nama Sahasram, if you want, Shiva Sahasranama also is there. Surya Sahasranama also is there. You can. Then, same time when you are reading, that only I just told, Dhyayam Shripati Rupam Ajasram. The innumerable. It is only 1,000 names to the Lord. He is only in the 1,000 forms. No. The meaning of the 1,000 indicates that the innumerable, unlimited, anantam. Okay? How many forms you are seeing in the world? All forms. Living beings, movable and immovable forms. Small and big. Can you count them? No one cannot count. But all of them are nothing but the same Lord. So, to bring that a broad minded understanding, Bahurupa Dhyanam, so here uh, you meditate. So, while reading, doing the Parayan itself, or separately meditate. Dhyayam, what? Shripati, here specially mentioned Shripati means Lakshmi's husband, Venkatachalapati, Perumal, or the Vishnu Narayana. Shripati Rupam. Ajasram. Hmm. This Ajasram word only indicates that Ajasram means always. Ajasram Sahasrakam. That's why in Purusha Sukta it is told that again Sahasrasi Om Sahasrasirsha Purusha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat. Sahasra Sirsha means 1,000 headed. No. Thousands of heads. Thousands and thousands of the eyes and legs and hands. Right? Because there are thousands, innumerable are there. All the hands, all the legs, all the eyes, all the heads. Everything is nothing but the Shripati Rupam. That's why whatever you see, that is nothing but the Lord. Sarvam Shivamayam, Sarvam Narayanamayam, otherwise Sarvam Brahmamayam. Nothing else. In beginning only, Vedanta also we say that that is Anatma, body is Anatma. Then after that, when you are become matured, your understanding, Shastra says there is no Anatma at all. Everything is only one. When there is only one, the final dictum of the Vedanta, how you can talk about the two? But in beginning, because you are caught up in this Nama Rupa Prapancha, instead of seeing the Karanam, your attention is on the Karyam. Instead of seeing the Karanam, the mud, our attention is on the shape and name, small part. See? Generally, instead of seeing the gold, we see the ornament name and the shape and its beauty. But what is the source? What is the karanam of that behind? Is gold. Same way, ajasram, always. This is not only morning I sit for meditation or puja, I worship the Lord. Then after that I will start go to my, I have to go to my work. Then in my workplace, while going on the way, I will shout on everybody. I will become irritated. I will feel angry on some people. I hate somebody. I like somebody. Why all this? In your workplace also, everywhere. You keep remember the same. That's why if you are done a real puja in the morning, real parayanam, real meditation, the whole day, the effect of the 20 minutes or half an hour of your morning, that puja, japam or parayanam should reflect on the 23.5 hours of the day. Of course, in that, why, sir, you are telling 23.5 hours? We are sleeping some 6 to 8 hours. That sleep also become a qualitative good and sleep without any bad dreams. So, very important. But this many of us are doing it, but without knowing the depth of it and what exactly I have to get from this. So, Dhyayam Shripati Rupam Ajasram, always, Nityam. Then to understand the meaning of that, what is Vishnu, what is Vashatkaraha, Bhutaha, Bhavyaha, Prabhavaha, all these meanings, and what is Bhagavad Gita Shloka. hmm? One Shloka, most of the people will know because of the practice in the ashrams, no? While eating, telling that Shloka. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmavihi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. But do you know the meaning of it? How deep that shloka? What is talking about? Simply rhythmically rhyme like repeating the Brahma, Brahma, Brahma word. Then go to the satsangam and listen. If you are really doing the puja or having the devotion on the Lord, and the Lord, definitely the Ishvara Krupa will shower on you. And when you are free from this raga dvesha also, kama krodhas, the Lord's grace will shower on you. How I will know, sir, whether the Lord grace is on there on me or not? Not because I got the promotion, not because I got my children got married, so Lord's grace. Okay, that is the Lord's grace only. But the real grace, getting the interest to go to satsang and listen to the shastra, is the real grace. So here, instead of telling like that, the poet says here, Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam. Then engage your mind at least weekly once, at least in a day 1 hour, at your leisure time. Okay? Sajjana Sange. Take your mind means what? Go with along with the body. Or along with the body I cannot go. It is very far. At least now all the talks are available in the YouTube, no? So spend a qualitative time, not quantitative. Half an hour also, if you listen sincerely, word by word, with concentration. So the mind should be taken and engaged, directed towards the Sajjana Sange. Sajjana Sangha means Satpurushas, Mahatmas. Mahatmas, Satpurushas are available everywhere. May not be many, but very few will be available. But if you want to really receive the message and assimilate and get the phalam, you need to have the Shraddha Bhakti on that Guru. That's why yesterday, Guru Purnima, I spoke about that also in the morning satsang. Uh, the teacher versus the Guru. Everybody cannot become a Guru. There may be so many teachers, but there will be only one Adhyatmic Guru for a person. So stick on to the one Guru, and with Shraddha, humility, and respect and all that, surrender to him and listen with utmost humility. That is more important. Then the result. the assimilation will be more faster. Then you will get that benefits also, very results are also very fast and high. So neyam sajjana sange chittam. If the mind chittam is like a copper vessel, if you don't clean occasionally on a daily basis, then after 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, you will see its color completely change and it will become so dark like a mud. And if you want to clean it and bring its original shining copper color after many days, definitely you need to put a lot of effort, lot of the tamarind or any such kind of salt and lemon, and you have to rub for a long time. But if you are doing every day or once in 2 days, 3 days, then it is easy because it has not yet become dirty that much. Same way, the mind also, if you are not on a regular basis cleaning the mind, because the cleaning of the mind is more important, inner cleanliness. That is what we are listening in the satsang of Sadacharam. In Sadachara, the Shaucham or the Snanam, these are all for the inner cleanliness. That is more important. Of course, outer cleanliness also will take care, but the inner cleanliness is more and more important because unless the mind is clean, the God or the Paramatma, the self cannot reveal itself because there is an obstacle covering. So displace that cover, then you will discover your real essential nature. That's why all these sadhanas. Neyam sajjana sange chittam. Here, when it is said Shripati, you can take as a Shiva also. Shri means Shripati means Shiva also. Shri is equal to poison also one meaning. Shri. That means Shri Kanta. Shri Neelakantaya. Who is having that poison in his throat and because of that which is shining like a blue. That also is the meaning. So that Satpurushas, when you go to satsang, they will gradually guide you to the spiritual path. Okay, good. You have done a lot of religious practices. Now, slowly you shift, paradigm shift. Now you slowly shift to the Shravana Manana Nidhyasana, and they will tell the Vishnu Sahasranama meaning, Bhagavad Gita word to word meaning. Keep on listen to them. And next, last one is Deyam Dina Janaya Cha Vittam. So here about the dharmic lifestyle is mentioned. And dharmic lifestyle means itself is a consisting of the karma yoga and bhakti yoga. Remember that dharmic lifestyle is equal to means karma yoga plus bhakti yoga. That's why here bhakti sake dhyayam rupam sripadajasram, and in between uh, this karma, that give charity. It is a must for every grihastha in our tradition. We must give some of our income as the charity dhanam. Dhanam not for the sake of ATG, tax exemption and all that. Dhanam is not just to get the name and fame, so my name will be written there. No. Whatever you are giving dhanam, except you or your wife, no one should know. Still, they say, whatever you are giving with your right hand, the charity, even the left hand should not know. And about this charity, dhanam, the simple rule law is more you give, more you receive. What, sir? If I give 10 rupees, I will get 100 rupees immediately? No, it is not a drishta phalam, adrishta phalam. It need not to come in return same currency, but it may come to you in different forms like your good health and good children and good family life, a peace and happiness of the mind and the purity of the mind are still unknown. We don't know. You may go to the higher lokas. So these are all the adrishta phalams. So danam, give to receive more. Another thing I will tell in a Vedantic way, give it up. If you not learn to give even 10 rupees or little some help or the food or the clothes to somebody, you are a kritagna, ungratitude person. You have no gratitude at all because you are getting this all your food, clothing, shelter, and everything. Of course, you are earning the money, but your only currency money cannot give all this. There are so many factors, so many people who are working behind this. Today, if I am getting a plate of food, means there are so many people worked behind that. Starting from the Pancha Mahabhutas, the gods, the earth, the rain, the agriculture, uh, the agriculturist, okay, who cultivated, then the trader, then that brought to my house by somebody, and at home cooked by somebody. So this many people are behind that. So you must have the feeling of a attitude of gratitude and attitude of gratitude. For that sake only, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, Brahmarpanam, all this we must say offer to the Lord and be thankful, grateful to today's your whatever you have. And for that sake, so this dhanam in that way. Now, I told that in Vedantic way. So learn to give up. So when you are not able to giving up your possessions, possessions are lifeless, no? For example, I have a used cycle. Now I can't use that, but give it that freely to who doesn't have. Same way, you need not to give. If you can give good one. Same way, used clothes. We keep on accumulating our cupboards used clothes. They are still good only, but we only purchase again new. Once in a while, you empty your shelf and give them to the those who are poor people, those who need it. So if you are not able to give it up the possessions, the lifeless objects, how can you give up your relationships? If you are not able to given up your relationships, how you can keep your mind detached? If you are not able to keep the mind detached, how you can realize the asanga atma, and that relationships are so mamakara, mine. Then this, if you want to give the mamakara, you must give the ahankara also. See, dana means actually learn to give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Finally, whether you are giving physically, the articles are not, that doesn't matter. But later, slowly, actually, it has applied. I should give up the body identification, dehatma bhava tyaga. And because of this dehatma bhava, the mamakara. So, ahankara, to give up, you must give up the dehatma bhava. And then the mamakara. This is belongs to me, this is belongs to me, this is mine, this is not mine. So, you want to really gradually start give up. this body identification, then the relationships identification, and when you all do this, finally you give it up your ahankara totally. Ahankara is nothing but the combination of the I-ness and minus. Okay, not mathematic minus, I-ness and minus. So very deeply you have to think and understand dhanam means this. Other things, when you go to the that's all okay, annadanam. But by giving all this, you have inside again a desire of I should get the punyam. Generally, a normal ignorant people, karma kandis, they all will think like that and do. Beginning, everybody will do like that. That is good. It is a starting stepping stone. Then gradually, you have to understand that I have to learn to give up. Never hold on to anything. Then only you can understand, realize that I am the Nityosmi, Buddhosmi, Niranjasnosmi, Asangosmi. That Asanga Nitya, Nitya Suddha Buddha Eka Satya Sara Vastuvana Atma Aham. Then only I can know it gradually in another three shlokas. Okay, today we are able to complete only one because it is a very, very important, deep shloka with meaning. Maybe we'll see. Next class we can complete another. There are four shlokas. Now we'll conclude here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.